God save the King!
The Duchess of Sussex used to be plunged into a copycat row final nighttime when a British creator printed she had dispatched a criminal letter pointing out what she viewed to be striking similarities between Meghan's first kids' TV exhibit and her personal work. Pearl, introduced via the Duchess in July 2021, used to be an animated collection about a little woman as she learns to step into her strength and finds proposal from influential girls at some point of history. It used to be a key title in the $100 million deal struck between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the streaming massive in 2020. Meghan was once credited as executive producer alongside Sir Elton John's husband David Furnish. However, the exhibit used to be killed much less than a year later, with Meghan unexpectedly doing away with all references to it from the internet site of her manufacturing enterprise Archie. Now, globally posted kids creator Mel Elliott, 51, from Hastings, has disclosed that she dispatched a criminal letter suggesting a doable infringement of copyright in relation to her very own advent, a little British lady known as Pearl Power. The creator and illustrator then accompanied up with 2 in addition private letters. Last night time Mel said, "Meghan is a feminist who sticks up for different women. So I used to be disillusioned and pressured to see how comparable Netflix's proposed exhibit, Pearl, used to be to my personal Pearl Power who had been created 7 years earlier. Of course, I cannot recognize if all people on her group had considered it and been stimulated with the aid of it. However, the similarities had been too terrific for me to ignore. The world of arts and media are very aggressive, and I'm afraid it is pretty frequent for effective to humans to rip off the work of much less common creatives, even though I'm now not announcing it's what occurred here. What saddened me most is that, having delivered the similarities between my Pearl and Meghan's Pearl to the interest of Netflix and Archie, my objection used to be in no way mentioned. Neither Netflix nor Archie replied to me when I would have cherished to have contributed and collaborated. By the time Meghan's new exhibit used to be announced, Mel had already written 3 Pearl Power books, posted in 2014, 2015 and 2016. The 0.33 used to be a runaway success, translated into Japanese, Mandarin, Korean, French, Spanish, Italian and Dutch as nicely as being posted in the UK and America. The creator and illustrator is additionally nicely regarded for her grown-up coloring books which have a cult superstar following. Fans consist of Ryan Gosling, who took his e-book onto the Ellen DeGeneres chat show, Victoria Beckham, who offered one for her daughter Harper, and Kate Winslet, who used to be pictured with one in Waterstones. Her work sells in family title shops ranging from WH Smith and Tesco in the UK to Bloomingdale's and Barnes & Noble in the US. She commenced turning her Pearl Power persona into an animated TV collection in 2019, 2 years earlier than Meghan's 2021 Netflix announcement. Pearl's first stumble upon was once to be with tennis legend and women's sports activities equality campaigner Billie Jean King, who publicly encouraged the project. The similarities between your proposed animation collection and my client's work show up to be too many and too placing to be mere coincidence. Mel's attorneys wrote to the Duchess, care of Archie, in July 2021. It additionally seems that there is a threat that your proposed collection may also infringe mental property rights belonging to my consumer and/or may additionally supply upward shove to a declare in passing off, or in the US, some structure of unfair competition. No remedial motion was once taken, and the Duchess did no longer respond. Surprisingly, however, given the high-profile nature of the show's launch and the heavyweight group assembled, no in addition small print have been shared through Archie or the streaming platform. In October 2021 and then once more in February 2022. Mel says she dispatched private letters to Archie and Netflix, asking for updates, however nevertheless heard nothing. Pearl was once cancelled 10 weeks later at the beginning of May 2022. Netflix stated it used to be one of a number of tasks, along with 2 different kids suggests, which had been being dropped due to the fact of falling subscriber numbers which necessitated cutbacks. The enterprise was once stated to have determined to pivot away from animation at the time the cuts have been announced.